Oh, we're on Sotah, Perek Gimel Mishnah Dalet. This is one of the more famous Mishnayot in Shas, I would say. One of them that you might have heard of. Also, somewhat, I would say, challenging. We'll put it that way. Says the Mishnah, talking about the Sotah that drank the Mayim Ma'arim. She drank the bitter waters. Okay, and let's say she did it. So says the Mishnah, Ena mismaspeket lishtot ad shepanea morikot. She doesn't even finish drinking until her face becomes morika from yarok, becomes green. Ve'eineha boltot, and her eyes bulge. Vehimit malet gidim. She becomes filled with sinews. I mean, her body begins to swell like she's a bunch of, like her whole body's full of sinews. Hemorim, they say, Hotziuha, get her out of here. Shalot titameh ha'azara, that she should not defile the azara. The Bartanura explains, not that she's going to die right away, but maybe she'll become a nida. And if she becomes a nida, that'll cause tum'at ha'azara. Nida is not allowed to enter into the azara. Mishnah says, Im yesh la zchut haytat tolala. If she had a certain amount of merit, then even if she was guilty, haytat tolala would hang for her. Meaning, her guilt, meaning the sotah, would not die right away, even though she would die later on. She would not die right away because she has a zchut, and that zchut would give her merit. That merit would help her extend her sentence for a period of time. What is the zchut? The Gemara says, the Torah that the merit of the Torah is what causes her to delay her punishment. Maybe she took her children to school. Or her husband, she waited for her husband who went outside the city in order to study. So if she gave or she sacrificed part for the sake of the study of Torah, then she has a zchut. Okay, and it would help delay her punishment. Yesh zchut tola shana achat. Some zchut would merit 1 year, meaning a 1 year delay. Some zchut, yesh zchut tola shnei shtanim. Some zchut would be a 2 year delay. Yesh zchut tola shalosh shanim. And some zchut would be merit of 3 years. Okay, it depends, and the Kata explains it depends on how dedicated she was for the sake of Torah. Mikan Omer Ben Azai, from this Ben Azai learned, Chayav Adam Lamed Bito Torah. A person must teach his daughter Torah. She'im tishteh, so that if she ends up in the terrible situation of having to drink the water of the Sotah, of the Meimarim, then Teidasha Zchut Torah, then everyone will know that you should know that the Zchut will be a merit for her. And people shouldn't think that the water didn't work. Okay? And what's the zchut again? The Bartanura, Teidash zchut olala. Okay. No, there is no Bartanura on that. The Mishnah continues. Rabbi Eliezer or Rabbi Eliezer says, Kol amaledet, just like Ben Azai said, you should teach your daughter Torah so that people will know that if she drinks from the water and it doesn't happen right away, it's because she has zchut. Rabbi Eliezer Omer Kol amaledet bito Torah. Any person who teaches his daughter Torah, ki'ilu melamdat tiflut, is as if he teaches her foolishness, but tiflut has a certain sexual connotation to it. Why is it? How could that be? Okay, chibur mishkav anashim, the connection to licentiousness. So mishmitocha Torah imebina armimut, so she'll learn from their study. She'll know how to be sly. Well, said she'll do it silently. She'll do it secretly. Meaning, if she knows enough, once a person knows enough, then they know how to avoid getting caught. So don't teach your daughter to Torah because it's as if you're teaching her foolishness. This quote is brought down by the Rambam. It's a very, very famous quote. If a person teaches his daughter Torah, it's as if he teaches her foolishness. And for many generations, it was considered this was the motto for not teaching Torah, to advance studies of Torah to women. Once we said this idea, and Rabbi Yeshua says, Rotza isha bikav v'tiflut, mitisha kabin uprishut. A woman would prefer 1 kav of food and tiflut and sexual playfulness. And this doesn't mean without her husband, even with her husband. Then tisha kabin uprishut. Then 9 kabin and prishut, and separation and a lack of sexual activity. Okay, meaning she'd rather be sexually active with her husband and have less food and have more food but less sexual activity with her husband. Hu haya omer, he would say, this is Rabbi Yeshua, Chasid Sotah. A Chasid Sotah is a foolish Chasid, meaning someone who's righteous foolishly. What does that mean? Chasid Sotah, for example, to go into Tava Isha Banar, a woman is drowning. And the guy says, I can't save her. I can't save her because it's not sanua, it's not modest. That's a Chasid Sotah. Rasha Arum, a naked Rasha. Naked Rasha means someone who is wicked in sly ways, evil person. Okay, so the guy goes to the judge, okay, and he tries to get the judge to change his mind, okay, and his wickedness is something that's difficult to identify. Okay, so that's a Rasha Arum. The Isha Prusha, okay, and a woman, okay, that was Prusha. So listen to the Bartuda. In order to explain this, it's a little difficult. Okay, Isha Prusha. Kugon Isha Kashvanit. A woman who's a Prusha really means who is like separated, meaning righteous. But what it means is a woman who's a black magicker. She's a sorceress. So the women were giving birth, and she would prevent them using her black magic from giving birth. And when it gets really painful for the woman, and then she says, I'll go pray for you. Maybe it would be accepted. And she finishes her black magic and she gives birth. So that's an Isha Prusha. That's the kind of like Frumkeit that we need. A woman who prevents women from giving birth, pretends to pray, and then, oh, look, my prayers were answered. Umakot Prushim. Makot Prushim are, let's look at the Bartunura, Makot Prushim. Prushim are like, to be firmly over religious. Shemake Atzmo, Laharoshu Anavitzanu, a person who gives himself lashes to show how religious he is and how tsanua he is and how modest he is. All of those things. Chasid Sotah, a foolish person who's righteous, who won't save a woman because it's not tsanua, it's not modest. Rasha Arum, a sly, wicked person. Isha Prusha, a woman who tries to convince others how righteous she is. Umakot Prushim, a man who gives himself lashes or gives himself afflictions to show how righteous he is. Harei Eli, these are Mechalei Ha'olam. These are people that bring about the destruction of the world. So you don't want to do any of those things. We'll stop here. There's obviously a lot more to say about Isha and teaching Torah to women. That's beyond the scope of this one Mishnah. So we'll stop and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.